importance of having the right team. And now we're going to get into some key steps of how you can put into practice and implement what we've been talking about so far. So I'm going to pass the discussion over to Leanne. Leanne, can you help us discuss how the right team of accounting professionals can help?
Absolutely. Okay. So yeah, so we're going to talk about the right team and basically like the steps to getting set up and some of the choices that you're going to need to make as you're figuring out who is your right team. So my first point, we're going to look at the software itself. So when you're choosing a software, our personal preference is that we suggest QuickBooks Online, but there are other options. There's Sage and Xero are two of the major, I would say, competitors or, other main names in that online game. When you're choosing the software, you need to look at your unique needs because every software does have key differences. And you really want to get to know the company that's behind it. I do say that we prefer QuickBooks Online. Intuit's been around for years. The predecessor to QuickBooks Online is QuickBooks Desktop, which a lot of people are familiar with. So there's that kind of historical relationship there where that's one that we're very, very comfortable with. And therefore we've decided to specialize in it. Regardless though, choose the software that's going to suit your needs. And then we're going to talk in a second about finding that person. There are some key differences to moving from a desktop to an online service. So do keep that in mind that they don't operate the same. So if somebody was using QuickBooks Desktop, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're automatically going to feel comfortable in QuickBooks Online. And that's where it's really important to match your accounting system with a professional who understands it. I often share that the online system, at least I feel QuickBooks Online, was built for the end user. A lot of what I will call the accounting, transactions are kind of hidden in the back end. And it's really meant for the small business owner to have a very fluid experience with the software. So with all these unique quirks and touches that this software has, do keep in mind that you want a professional who understands those. Once you have that, we're going to look at the receipt capture system. So this will play in part to how much of the bookkeeping you want to do. But imagine being able to leave a store, pull out your phone, snap a picture of that receipt, and it's done. It's captured. It's in a system so that you can either categorize the transaction in real time, or it's organized for when you sit down to do some entering later, or you've taken the picture and it's gone off to your accounting professional and they're going to take care of it for you, so you don't have to worry about it any longer. Really important to deal with that buildup of paperwork so that you don't have that going forward and into the future. The fourth step when you're using an online system is the ability to link your bank accounts. And this is really important that we keep separate business and personal accounts. So we really need to do this so that we are 100% sure that all the transactions that are on the bank statement are indeed business transactions. And this way we know we're not chasing after receipts that don't actually apply to the business. And then finally, as I said, you want to decide, the tool and the professional and how much of the process you're going to be responsible for. Do you want to snap that picture of that receipt and forget about it, to know that you don't have to take another step, that every other step in your accounting is being done by your accounting professional? Or do you want to be more hands-on? Do you want to have more control in the process? A live webinar, my cat decided to join us for a second there. Do you want to have more control in the process and do more entering of your day to day? Are you comfortable with reconciling your own accounts? Is that a piece that you want to have hands on? And to be perfectly honest, a lot of times with a really small new business, I recommend that they have a better understanding of their books by having more day to day, hands on experience with it. And then as they grow, that's something that most businesses want to pass off, because as you grow, you want to focus more in your business, as opposed to doing that, admin work of bookkeeping. You want to leave that to someone else to do. All right, so quick recap. You choose the software. Again, we work with QuickBooks Online. We know it really well, but I never hesitate if somebody wants to use one of the other options to make sure that we're setting them up properly, even if that means working with another professional. And that's where, partnerships like what we have with David is really important. Match your accounting system with that professional who understands it. Assume a receipt capture system to organize your paperwork, link your bank accounts, and then learn how to use the tools, and then decide how much you want to take on and what your professional is going to help you with.